Namaste. Today's video is all about reprogramming your body and reducing your stress. And this is in just one move, which is awesome. So all you need to do is just one move and you can relieve your stress, your overwhelmment, and if you're feeling highly emotional, this is the exercise for you. So what we will be working on are the neural vascular points on the forehead. So these are called the frontal eminences. So they're a little bumpy area you'll feel on the forehead. They're about an inch above the eyebrow, and you'll feel them. They're kind of like a little bony protuberances. So we're going to be working on these areas, and there's two of them on each side of the forehead. So this impacts blood circulation. So you'll probably remember, like, if if a child or a loved one is sick, you put your hand on their forehead, or if you're worried or stressed, or you found some nervous news, you put your hand on your forehead. And the reason for this is it's just kind of instinctual. It's ingrained in our nature to do this because touching these areas actually, or holding these points, not only stops the blood from leaving the forehead, or the forebrain I should say, but it also draws blood back into the forebrain and retains the body's automatic stress response. So we're actually doing a good thing when we do that, and we're doing it instinctually, which is kind of cool. So anyway, I digress. So if you're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, or highly emotional now or anytime, this is the exercise for you. So please come and join me, finding a nice seat on the ground or on a chair or on the couch. And we'll go ahead and get started by turning inward first before we do this exercise. So go ahead and close the eyes if you haven't already. And then let's just kind of dive into ourselves and say hello. For many of us, this might be the first time we're doing this. And just start to become aware of the breath. Notice the rise and fall of the belly, the rise and fall of the chest with each inhale and each exhale you take. And see if you can slow it down and find a nice smooth pattern here with the breath. And feel centered, feel relaxed, and feel tall through your seat, through your spine, elongating your spine, moving your head up towards the ceiling, and allowing the shoulders to drop down away from the ears. And then just relax here and just pay attention to the breath, focusing on the inhales and the exhales every time you take them. And then let's take an inhale, a nice clearing breath. So inhale, really fill up, bring the breath all the way up to the lungs, the shoulders, the clavicles. And then open mouth, exhale it out into the room. Nice. And you can keep the eyes closed during this. It helps you feel a little bit more internal and grounded when you do this, feeling more of a connection with yourself. But if you need to open the eyes, you can always look down towards the floor and have the eyes halfway open. That way you still keep that internal gaze. But if you need to watch me, you're more than welcome to at first, and then come back and close the eyes. So what we're going to do is we're going to lightly place our fingertips on directly above your eyes on these frontal eminences. So again, if you can't find them, they're an inch above your eyebrows. Nice. So you're just gonna place your fingertips of each hand on them. Another thing you can do, if this doesn't feel very comfortable, you can always just do one. You could do the palms. If the finger pads or the fingertips don't feel good, you can do the palms, and that kind of creates a nice resting quality. You can place your fingertips or your fingers on top of the crown of the head, and that kind of just rests them there, and that feels nice too. So whatever you choose is fine. You can try both and see what resonates with you more. And then keeping the eyes closed, you're just gonna hold these areas, these frontal eminences. And then let's go ahead and take a deep breath in and drop into your stress. So there's no need to try to be positive. It's actually better to sink into the negative or unpleasant feelings while holding the points. And you're just going to keep breathing deeply and staying focused for about a couple of minutes. You can do this for 5 minutes if you have the time. But obviously, for lack of time here, we're going to do a shorter time. But between 2 to 5 minutes is fine. It's perfect. And again, you just do this anytime you feel stressed, overwhelmed, highly emotional, anxious, nervous. Nice. And as the blood returns to the forebrain, you will actually feel capillaries pulsing under your fingertips or your hands. So you might feel that now, just some pulsing. It's very subtle. Maybe for some it's a lot, and that's okay. I guess it really depends on how stressed you really are, how overwhelmed. But it's very subtle, and at the same time you are lifting out of the stress. You're beginning to think more clearly and reconditioning your response to the particular event or memory that you're experiencing right now that is causing you to feel stressed or overwhelmed or anxious or highly emotional. So just allow the finger pads or the palms, whatever you're using, to just stay with this slight beating, this slight pulsing of the capillaries of your frontal eminences. And you're breathing this nice smooth breath, inhaling and exhaling into that nice rhythm that we started with. Jaws and face and cheeks are relaxed, and you're just staying with this. You're staying with whatever is coming up for you, just letting anything, the stress, the negativity, just let it be as it is. See if you can be okay with that. Nice. And then we'll finish up here. We'll take a nice clearing breath again as you inhale, really fill up. This time make it your biggest breath yet. And we'll hold at the top. We'll sip in a little bit more air. And then open mouth. Exhale it all out. And then just very slowly, don't lift your finger pads or your palms up right away. Just let them kind of just drag off these areas nice and slowly, not to overwhelm the body. Keep that warmth with you. And then placing the hands on the lap, your eyes are still closed. Just notice how you feel. Maybe you feel some warmth in the forehead. Maybe you feel a little bit more space there. Maybe your stress has lifted slightly or altogether. Maybe you feel a little bit more calm, a little bit more spacious, a little bit more relaxed. And we'll just stay here for a couple more moments as you keep breathing in this stillness, this meditation. And then we'll take one more clearing breath here. Inhale, really fill up. And then exhale out through your nose, nice and slowly. See if you can drag that breath very slowly out. Nice long stream of breath out through the nostrils. Really pulling the belly button in and sucking all that air out. Nice. And go ahead and make those tiny wiggles, those shakes to wake the body back up. And then when you're ready, opening the eyes. And may you take this with you anytime you feel stressed or overwhelmed and even exhausted. It's so simple. It's just a one move, simple exercise. You can do it anywhere. Thank you. I hope this helped. And until I see you again, namaste.